episode 3 of a multi-part series, Bullying a Bully, also known as Disarming Leverage. Dave Mejias is someone that I don't find to be a very good human being. There are reasons why I say that. Nothing to do with him dating my ex-wife. In that case, there's nothing more I could want for Jackie to find somebody that she loves and fulfills her and has a great relationship with. I've been fortunate to find that. I think it's important that James and Jack see both of their parents in healthy relationships, so they can learn what healthy relationships look like and it can be modeled for them. I think that for me, there's nothing more than I would want for her is to find someone that truly is that person for her. Dave Mejias, on the other hand, is someone that knowingly uses private investigators that corroborate false evidence. He knows that, at this point, he definitely knows that Steve Stanulis was a private investigator that he used and hired to follow and track me, surveil me. All of the evidence has been laid out about how Steve Stanulis made up testimony, made up statements, curated basically a narrative that was not even close to being accurate or truthful. When you're a person that uses private investigators that are shady and that aren't honest, that says a lot about you. When that's used to keep someone's children from their father, you could say it's the line of work that Mr. Mejias is in. I just don't think he's a good human being. The other day we were in court, I mentioned that Mr. Mejias brought up this child support issue. What he's trying to do is he's trying to add more onto my plate and make things more difficult for me. Just yesterday, I received a notice from his office about how I owe child support. I owe $7,500 for contempt fees that were awarded while he was in a conflicted relationship that I should not have to pay because he should not even have been representing Miss Moran at that time. He's spending weekends with my kids, Thanksgiving dinner with my kids, going to trampoline parks with my kids on the weekend. And during the week, he's filing contempt charges against their father. There's a clear conflict of interest there. They sent me this letter yesterday. This is part of what bothers Dave. Dave, I understand that you're sending that because my kids are going to your house yesterday or for this week. I'm not sure how many days. You're not confusing me. I have a small little Tyrannosaurus brain, gym teacher, walnut-sized brain, but I can still see through your patterns. I can still pick up on what you're trying to do. I'm actually very good at picking up patterns for whatever reason. I have my own faults. I may go and set to fold some laundry and then notice that there's a chip in the wall and then get distracted and go to repair the chip in the wall. And as I walk to the garage, see a bouncy ball and then start bouncing that bouncy ball. And then my kids might come in and they might say, "Hey, Daddy, can we play with that bouncy ball?" And 2 hours later, the laundry is still not folded and whatever. I get distracted. I have some issues with attention and that's but I pick up on patterns where Mr. Mejias is just trying to distract me or intimidate me. Maybe I won't say anything or I won't make an issue of the court when Jackie doesn't tell me where the address is of where the boys are staying. That's for our stipulation of settlement. If the boys are not staying at their home, the parent has to alert the other parent of where they're staying. That's just general safety for children. I said it in my part 2 video. When my children aren't with me, I still feel responsible for their safety. If there's an emergency, if a meteor comes down and lands out in the Hamptons by Dave Mejias' house, if my kids are near it, I need to know where they are exactly, where I can find them if I need to find them. Jackie not sharing the location is, yes, it's violating the stipulation of settlement, the divorce agreement. But it's also just a general safety issue. I always tell her if we are not staying at my parents' house or if we're staying in Rockaway, I let her know. So she just basically ignored my messages yesterday. And they tried to send me all these legal notices during the day about how I owe this or I owe that, thinking that I won't say anything or I won't raise notice that she's violating the divorce agreement because I owe child support. Maybe Mr. Coffin won't speak out about it because he'll be too embarrassed because we'll paint him as a deadbeat dad. that's not the case. What will happen is I'll just explain everything. I'll explain how you're trying to paint me. I'll keep full transparency so no one is confused about anything. Yesterday, I FaceTimed with the children. They told me, hey, we're going to Juliet's house. We're having a golden feast dinner and we're having a sleepover. Juliet is Dave Mejias' daughter. Dave Mejias is the counsel to Jackie Moran, who they are in an intimate relationship, and they are concealing that because that is not just inappropriate, that is against New York State rules surrounding professional conduct. Mr. Mejias doesn't want anyone to know about that. But Dave, I did receive your notice. I did respond back to one of your attorneys who sent it to me, and you were CC'd on it. I also know that my children are staying, at least for one night, it seemed like they were staying at your house, or you were with them and they were at your house. Maybe they stayed somewhere else. But I saw right through your little act, and this is how, if someone has leverage on you, this is how you approach this situation. You don't try to just hide from it, right? Because when you hide from it, what happens is they're just able to use that leverage more. You own things, and if you did something wrong, which in this case, I don't feel that I did do anything wrong anyway. They're just trying to paint me as a deadbeat. I don't pay my child support, which isn't true. I've paid tens upon probably close to $100,000 in child support over the last few years. But this is just how people should approach it. So my little note, when you have leverage or someone has leverage on you, don't try to hide from it. Don't let them blackmail you. Don't let them hold it over your head, because they will continue to do so. Just like I have leverage on Mr. Mejias. I guess it's really my approach either way. I have leverage that he is dating my ex-wife and has been for a decent amount of time through many court motions and litigations. So I'm going to bring that out and be transparent about what is going on in that situation. I'm not just going to keep that in the shadows.